So yesterday we did the for of and for in methods to loop the array, objects and string. I will go through it in once more in 2 minutes so that those who missed the class yesterday, they can know what is for of and for in. Generally, when we use for loop, we put initial condition I equal to 0, and then I say I less than array dot length, whatever the length we pass, and I put I plus plus as the middle condition, and then I start the curly bracket. This is the normal for loop which we do to loop through array or strings. Now we will see some other methods to loop through array, string and object. So let's say if I have a string hello, or if I have array as A, B, C, or I have object, we will use the above method to loop through this string, array and object. For object, I may have name equal to Jack and age equal to 44, for example. So I created these 3 variables. Now I will loop through using this new methods. So let's go and loop through using the for in. So when I say for, here I will create variable var, maybe I can say key in str. So instead of writing the whole thing, I will just put key and I'm using in. Whenever I say in, that means key will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So key will be the indexes of this each character. Whenever I use in, key will be index of each character. And similarly, if I create for loop for the array, now since we are using in, that means the key will be 0, 1 and 2. Let's loop through the third one, the object. When I loop through the object, whenever I use in, the key will be name and age. So in the first case, key will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second case, it will be 0, 1, 2. In the third case, it will be name and age. So if I want to type the value h, I can say console.log key is key will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the value is, so I have to put the h. To put the h, I have to take the string and I have to put the key like an object, like accessing the object. So string of 0 will be h, string of 1 will be e, string of 2 will be l, string of 3 will be l, string of 4 will be o. So to access each element, key will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and value will be string of key. So we have to use string of the key. So let's run this. So you will see key is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and value is h, e, l, l, o. So it is similar to what for loop we do, but only thing is we use only one condition, var key in string, and we are accessing key 0, 1, 2, 3 and the value will be string of the key. Same thing if I want to access the array, like this array, I will use same console.log. The key will be key and value will be, here in this case, it will be array. So to access each element, I will be using array of key, and key will be 0, 1 and 2. So it is 0, value is A, key is 1, value is B, key is 2, value is C. Let's do same thing for the object. I created object. Now I have to loop through the object. Sorry, I did not change the object. So let's change the object. And the key is key, value is object of key. So the key will be name and age, and the value will be object of name is Jack, object of age will be 44. So the key is the name and the value is Jack, and the key is age and the value is 44. So this is how we access the name and age, okay, for the object. I will come back to the question. Sonu, give me 1 minute. I'll come back to your question. Okay, so this is the three string, array, and object, and we are using in to access the same thing, but we are using the value with this method. Now let's see for and of. This for and of can only be used in case of string. This for and of can be used only in the case of string and array, and we don't use this for the object, because in object we need key and value pair. So only remember that for of can only be used for the string and the array. So let's say I have the string. What is the string? Hello. So instead of the in, I will now use for key of string. So whenever I use key of string, generally I will not get the key. I will only get the value of the string, that is HELLO. The 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 I cannot access with this method. So when I do console.log of key, actually I am printing HELLO and there is no 0, 1, 2, 3. I am not able to access 0, 1, 2, 3. This is used whenever we have to directly use the character. We don't need indexes in our project. So I can use of and directly I will get the key. Key is HELLO. There is no index. I am not able to access index using this method. Many times I don't need index. I need the HELLO. Okay, so I will use this method to access each character. Similarly for the array also, if I put key of array, it will not print the key 0, 1, 2, 3. Index will not be printed. Key is the value only. So if I want to see what is array is ABC. Now if I use var key of array, and now if I print key is key, it will print A, B, and C. It will not print 0, 1, and 2. And 0, 1, 2 cannot be accessed using this method. So I will say key A, B, and C. So generally you remember this object start with O. So it can only be accessed through in, that is I. O and O is not compatible. So to remember, I am just saying this of is there. Of cannot be used for the object. So how to remember? Since object has O, so of cannot be used for the object. But for string array, we can use the of. We can use also in also for the string and array. But for the object, we need only the in. Otherwise, we will not be able to access properly key and value pair. Okay, so this is about for of and for in. If you don't remember, I gave you yesterday the link also. Maybe I'll put the link in the chat in some time. You can go through it again, and we will do a lot of problems. So even if you don't understand or don't remember now, we'll do thousands of problems using this, so you will be able to understand it clearly in few days. Okay, so this is about a for of. Now question is it possible to write a hello in reverse order in of and in? So generally when I use for loop with var I equal to array dot length I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, I can reverse the thing if I use this method. But with the for off and for in, we cannot use the reverse. We have to manually reverse it after for loop. So its direct reverse is not possible with the for off and for in. Okay, so you need to use the for old way to reverse the order. So that is the answer to your question. Now let's do one problem, and then now we'll do the problem related to I told related to the frequency counter. It's called a frequency counter. So this is the this is the method, this is the pattern which we will use, and it will take few days to complete this pattern because a lot of problems are on this pattern. And once you understand this pattern, whatever problem you will see, you will easily do with that pattern. So you need to understand this pattern. I gave the basics of this pattern long back. You may not remember it, but I will give it again. Before starting this pattern, I have to do some basic few other problems, and after that only we can do the real problem of the frequency counter. So let's do some basics of the frequency counter pattern. So I will open my Visual Studio Code. I will close all. Make sure problems is empty. There should be no problem in your problem section. Otherwise, you have to fix it before you do further thing, anything. I will go into the data structure folder. I will create a new folder and I will name it as frequency counter. So this is a pattern. So a lot of problems are on this pattern. Once you understand this pattern, and in interview, if you get this pattern, you will be able to solve it easily, those problems. Okay, in this frequency counter, we have to do some basic programs first, which I will do that, and we will do real counter problems soon. So to do basic problem, I will just create another folder called as simple. I'll just say simple. Okay, by mistake, this created another frequency counter. So few problems I'll do in the simple folder and few problems I'll do in the frequency counter. So as soon as I'm talking, you just create these two folders in your data structure folders in the code, and then we will create problems in the simple folder. So create two folders, one is frequency counter and simple. Whenever we do some problems in frequency counter, there is some pre-requirement to understand the frequency counter, and we will put that in the simple folder. And the real problems of frequency counter we will put in the frequency counter. So let's create a new called as a new file. I will name it as max number.js, and another file I will create in the simple min number.js. So just create these two files, and once you're done, let me know. We'll go further. Okay, so you have created the two files. Let's go with the maximum number problem. So the purpose of this file is to find the maximum number from the array. So I'll say find the maximum control. Okay, I'm increasing the size so that you can see easily. So I'll say find the maximum number in an array. Okay, so this is the task, find the maximum number in the array. So what is the problem here? I will create a function called xMaxNumber, and I will pass the array. Array can be anything: 4, 54, 33, 100, 22, 122. Okay, so I pass anything in the array, and the return will be 122 in this case, because 122 is the maximum of the all the numbers. Okay, so this is the one we will do. So let's create a function. I will name it as max number, and it will take the parameter array as r. So this is the empty function. Now we will build this function together, and I will create some samples so that it is giving right or no. So maybe I create a variable number, and I will say number equal to max number. I will call this max number. So this is a function I created. Now what I am doing, I am saying number equal to max number, and here I will pass the array. What is the array which I will pass? This array I will pass. Right now, if I pass it, it will give me undefined, and number will be undefined because we are not returning anything. So the purpose of this function is to return the maximum number in the array. So right now, if I do console.log, number is, it will give me undefined. Okay, so because we don't return anything in this function, it is a blank function. But let's check what will happen now. Okay, so to run this program here in this terminal, okay, I have one problem. I'll solve that problem later. So to run this JavaScript code in the terminal, I will say I'll go to the particular directory by saying cd ds cd simple, and once I'm in the directory, I will say node max number.js. So whenever I say max number.js, this JavaScript file will run, and whatever code is there, it will be executed. So once I say node max number.js, it's saying number is undefined because we are not returning anything in this one. Okay, so now so just write down this structure before we go further to write this function. So write out this code, this part, and let me know once it is done, and then we will write something in this function to make this work. And try to run this node also and see if you're getting a num is undefined. Okay, so now let's write this function together. So you will help me in writing this function. I will just give you the hint and you have to help me. Now, since we have the array and we have to find the maximum number, so we have to create one temporary variable here which will keep track of each number and if it is greater or not from the previous number. So there will be one number which one variable which is the temporary variable which will keep the track of all the numbers and if it is greater than the previous number or not. Okay, so I will put comment create a temporary max variable. So this max will check if this max will store 4 inside this and then we'll check if 54 is greater than the max number which is the 4, then it will update the max number to 54. Then it will check whether 33 is greater than 54. No, so it will not update the max number. Then it will go again whether 100 is greater than 54. Yes, so it will uh, assign 100 to the max number. Then it will go further 22. Whether 22 is greater than max? No, max is 100 previously assigned. So max is not 22 is not greater than this one. Then it will check 122 is greater than 100. Yes, 122 is greater than 100. That means then new max number will be 122. So we have to create a temporary max variable. Next, we have to loop through the array. Okay, next is loop through the array. And each time when we loop through, we will check if current element in array is greater than max. And if it is greater than max, then we assign new value to max. And if it is not greater than the max, then we don't do anything. So this is the 4-step procedure which we will go through to find the max number. So first is the create a temporary max variable. So how will you create a temporary max variable? I want one line of statement where you create a variable, max variable. So how will you do that? Var max number equal to 0. Okay, var max. So I generally prefer smaller number. Both are correct. Var max is also correct. Var max number is also correct. So that is correct. Both are correct. But I will say, so instead of var, I will be using let. So generally, till yesterday we were using var to create a variable name. So another way to create the variable name is called the let. I will talk about detail about the let in future lesson, but right now instead of using the var, just use the let. Okay, so we have to use the let, and I will say let max equal to. Now it may happen that all numbers are minus numbers. Then also we have to find the maximum number. So to assign max equal to 0 will not be the right one because all numbers may be negative. Okay, then also we need to find the max number. So maybe I can say either minus infinity. This is the lowest number possible in the JavaScript. I can say minus infinity, or I can also say array of 0. So whatever array I have passed, I will assign the 0th element to this max number. Okay, so max number will be the first number which is in the array. Okay, so either of that you can do. Okay, so whatever you want, you can do. Whether you can put minus infinity or array of 0. That is the first element in the array. Now we have to loop through the array. Okay, now how will you loop through the array? We have to loop through this array. I want the statement to loop through the array because we have to go to each element of the array and then we have to compare each element with this max. So I want the looping line here. Give me the statement to loop the array, loop through the array. No one. How will you loop through array? Okay, for y ri of array, right? So since we don't need the index, then we will not use the in for the for loop. We will use the for. Let's say I will put var I in I of array. Okay. Just now I explained, whenever we have array or string, we have to use the of to get the elements. We don't need the index in this case. So array using of is the right way. Now here also, instead of var, try to replace it with let. Okay, let I of r. Now I will see what is there in this one. Console.log element is I. So I'll say I. So what I'm doing, I am saying element is okay. So element is I. So first I will check what is the element coming. Okay, let me check what is it coming. I will run through this. So you will see element is coming 4, 54, because here it is 4, 54, 33, 100, 22, 122. Okay, so this is how it is coming. This is what it is coming. So we know this is 4. Now what I will do, I'll check 4 with the max. And if 4 is greater than the max, then I will assign the max to 4. And if 4 is not greater than the max, then I will loop through to another element and then this, and this. So here I have to check. So what will be the statement to check if this element is greater than max or not? I want you to do that. What will I write here? Okay, so if I is greater than max. Okay, so if I will check if I greater than max, so that each element, this element is greater than this max. If it is greater than the max, then I will reassign the max to the new one. So if I is greater than max, so let's say max has become 4 in the case, and here I will check 4 is greater than max, no. So I will come out of the if case. Then it will go to the second element 54. Whether 54 is greater than the max? Yes, 54 is greater than the max. So I want to assign this 54 to max. So if it is greater than the max, we will assign new value to max. So what will come here? What is the new value to be assigned to the max? What statement I should write here? So I will write it. Yeah, I want answer from everyone. Only one is giving. You have to give answer. Yeah, element. Element is I in this case. So max is equal to I. So it will check 54 is greater than max. Max is 4. Yes. So I will assign max equal to I. That is max will be 54. Then it will check 33 is greater than 54. No. So it will not do anything. Then it will go to 100. If 100 is greater than 54, yes. So max will be 100. Then it will check 22. If 22 is greater than 100, no. So it will go to 122. Whether 122 is greater than 100? Yes. So it will assign max to 122. And then when a for loop means all elements are done, I will return the max because we need the maximum number. So the num will be 122 in this case. Let's run this and see. So element is 4, 54, 33, 100, 222. Number is 122. Here in the console.log, I will also check what is the max. Max is max. So every time it will also check the max. Let's run it again. So 4, max is 4. It will not do anything. 54, max is 4. So it will update the max to 54. 33, max is 54. It will not do anything. Element is 100, max is 54. So it will update the max to 100. So 22, it will not do anything. 122, current max is 100. So it will update the max to 122. The final is 122. So this is how we complete this problem. So you write down this one. Okay, okay, so everyone write down this solution, and once you're done, let me know. Make sure you also write down this comments, because now it is easy to understand, and this is the simple problem you will be able to understand. But after 10 days, when you open this, you may not understand what we are doing. So you should write down these comments also. And put this console.log to see what is going on in this problem. Okay, so those who are done, I want you to write the same maximum number, but here instead of the maximum number, you have to write the minimum number. That is, whichever is the minimum from this array, I want that number. So similar to this, it's a minimum number. And once you're done, just let me know. And maybe you can paste this function in the chat, whatever you write it. So where is Yash? Does Yash know today is the class? Maybe someone who is in touch of him can tell him that class is now on Saturday or Sunday also. Okay, so if you are not able to paste this, the minimum number, just do 2 lines, then paste 2 more lines, 3 lines, then 3 more lines, maybe in multiple chunks you can paste it. So those who have finished this maximum number, they can write the minimum one. And in that, in the minimum, you have to put minimum, MIN. Don't keep the max same. Okay, so you have to change minimum number, minimum, and then here you have to change whatever you want to change. You change this part. Okay, one answer, I got one answer. Yeah, you can make it public. It's okay, no problem. Let them copy who want to copy. No need to. Okay, no need to, put it private to me. It's okay. So just paste it in public so that everyone can see. Okay, no need to do private to me. Yeah, max number already we did. change the max number to min number. Change the max number to min number. Okay. So I'm also doing along with you. Yeah, min number is correct. Find the minimum number in an array. I will also do along with you. If I is less than minimum, also try to copy the comments. Otherwise, you will forget when you will open this after 10 days. Okay, let me run this problem. Also, when you're done, run it so that you see whether it's working or no. So our answer is coming 4, so it is correct. Okay, so this is the minimum and maximum number, and now we will do our first problem of the frequency counter, and I will name it as max characters. Okay, max characters. Now I will give the explanation of this problem, and you have to try. Okay, I will do this problem, but together we'll do. So max char is the function where I pass the, maybe I can say string. For example, I'm passing the string. Okay. For example, I pass hello. Okay, so I'm passing hello in the max char. So what it should return? It should return me this L. Return should be L, because L is 2 time and all others are 1 time. So that is the task of this problem. Okay, that is the one, because it will return L, character L. That is the task. Okay, I got it from Sonu Singh. I got it from Nikhil. It's correct. Okay, so let's do this problem, max character in this. So tell me what will happen if I pass this max char Jack and Jill. Okay, so I pass this. What will be the output of this one? So here L is also 2 time and J is also 2 time. So we can tackle this, uh, we can tackle this also. But right now I don't want you to tackle 2 things. Okay, so whatever you return, maybe J or L, both are correct. So with this exercise, I don't want, maybe in future we can do separate, J and L both should be returned. But for today's task, in this max character, we will ignore if J and L both are 2 characters. If you return Jack, then also it's correct. If you return L, then also it's correct. So that is what I want. I don't want to make it more complicated by saving J also, L also. But it's okay. I want anything. Maybe J or L both are okay. Okay. So either of one is okay for today's task, this character. But in future, we will also make it work for J, and both should be passed, but not for today. Okay, so what we will do in this case, let's create a function max char, and it will accept. Okay, I said it string. Okay, let's pass string only, no worry. String, I pass the string, and now what I will do, I will create a variable. Now here also I can create var, and I will name it something, or I can also use let. But if I'm using only 1 time, I can also use constant. Const means the variable is created, but it will be used only one. I cannot update that value. So let me put const x equal to max car, and here I will pass some value. For example, hello world. Okay, I am passing hello world. Okay, this is the character I am passing. I am not passing space anything, and because I don't want to take the space right now. So let's remove the space. We are not concerning the space for today's this exercise. And then I will say console.log x is x to this. Okay, so just do this part, then we'll start writing the code. In the second example, either you return J or L, both are fine. Because we are not taking the array of all the same characters. We are not putting that in the array and returning it. So both are fine. Either J or L, both are fine. But in future, we will make sure that we can make it work for J and L both. But right now, I don't want to complicate this problem. This is the first problem we are doing in the frequency counter. I don't want to make it life harder. So what we are doing here, we can, what is the purpose of this one? That whatever character is maximum in number, for example, L is 2 times here, so I am returning L. In this case, J is also 2 times, L is also 2 times, so either of this if you return, I am okay with it. Okay, and in this case, hello world, so we have 2L, 3L, 2O. So in this case, we have to return L. So this will be the L. The result should be L because we have 3L. Okay, so once you are done with this, let me know. I'll start writing the code. Okay, let's start working on it now. So what is the idea for this one? First is I will loop through each character of the string. That means I should go with HELLOWORLD. Then what I will do, from each character I will create an object. So how the object will be created? Create a object for each character. So what will be the object will look like? Object will look like this. Okay, let me show you how the object will look like. Object will look like, so in this case, H will be saying 1 because it has only one character. Then it will be E. E will be also saving it as 1 because it has one character. Then L will be saying 3 characters. And O will be 2 characters. W will be 1 character. R will be 1 character. D will be 1 character. So like this I will create the object. And when I create the object, I will also make sure I will also tackle the maximum number. So if maximum is L is 3, I will also save the 3 number and I will also save this L character. So we have to create this object, and along with it, we need to keep track of which character is maximum with what number. Okay, so let's do that. So first step is we need to create two variables which will keep track of the record. So to create two variables which will keep track of records. Okay, so let's create a two variables. Maybe I will say let max equal to, initially maybe I can say here I will make it infinity. I will put minus infinity, or here I will say max equal to 0. Here it will not be less than 0. So I'll put max equal to 0, and I will say max character maxi. I don't want to mix the two things. So I'll say maxi is empty string. So these two variables will keep track of which one is having the maximum number. Okay, now I want you to loop through the array, character of the string. So how will you loop through it? Everybody knows. I will run it. Var let I off str. We have to use off because we don't need the key. And also I need one object which will keep the data, this one data. Before using this max and maxi, I will only update the object and we'll see what is in the object. Let's talk this to later. Let's only complete this object. Now what I will do here, initially this object is empty. And if the object is empty, that means no character is there. So I will go one character by one character. So first character will come as H. So I will be H, and I will check whether H exists in this object. If it exists in the object, then I will update the number value to whatever value it was there to +1. And if this character is not existed in the object, then I will create this character and I will assign the number value to 1. Okay, so that is the idea. So let's go through one by one. So I will check if object of I, that means first time I will be H. So I will say object of I, because we are passing hello world. So H will be object of I if it exists. So I will say if this is there, that means if it exists, then what I have to do? If it exists, I will do something, else I will do something. So first we will complete the else part. If object of I does not exist, that means object is empty and H is not there in the object. So what I will do? I will create that one. So to create that one, I will say object of I equal to 1. Since object of I is not there because of this statement, I will create H of 1 here in the object. Okay, and when second time loop will run, E is also not there, so I will create object of E is 1. Third time L is also not there, so I will say object of L is 1. Then O is not there, I will say object of O is 1. Next will be W. Okay, next will be another L. That means it will check L is there or not. Since L was already created previously and second time also we get the L, so that means we will land up in this if condition. And once we are in this if condition, that means object of I already exists. So what I will do? I will say object of I plus plus. What I will do? Object of I plus plus. I will increase the number of that character. And then let's see what object is created. I'm not returning anything now. I'm not using these two variables now. I'm just seeing what object is becoming, whether object is created like this or not. So I will run it. Let's go to the frequency counter. Okay, so object is created with H of 1, E of 1, L of 3, O of 2, W of 1, R of 1, D of 1. Is this part clear? If it is not clear, I have to explain it again. Is how this object is created is clear or no? Anand is saying clear. I want to understand whether everyone understood this part or it was difficult to understand. Okay. If it is not clear for a single person, I will repeat it in different way. Okay. So no three. So let me repeat in short. We are going one character by character, and we are putting each character in the object if it is not in the object, and if it is already in the object, we update the value to whatever 1 plus we have. So whatever, if it is 1, it will become 2. If it is 2, it will become 3. So we are creating this object. Now what we have to do, we have to also mix the maximum number concept in here, because we want to see who is the maximum character, which letter is maximum available in this whole string. So what I will do here, I will also take use of this maximum here. So what I will do here, after if condition is gone, I will check if object of I is greater than maximum. Similarly, what we are doing here, we are checking I is greater than maximum. Here we have to check the object of I. I will check if object of I is greater than maximum, then I will assign max equal to object of I. And I will also assign max character to I, so that I know which character is of maximum number, max C. Okay, so since why it is giving error? Okay, because it is saying useless. Okay, and I will return max C in the end, because that is what I need. So what here I am doing? Here I am checking if object of I, let's say object of H is greater than maximum. Initially maximum is 0. Object of H is 1. Whether it is greater than maximum? Yes, 1 is greater than maximum. So I will make maximum as 1. Then E will be also 1. But then L will come, L has become 3. So it will check whether this 3 is greater than max. Yes, this 3 is greater than max. So I will update the max with the 3, and max character will be updated with the L, because I is the L. And in the end, I will return the max C. Okay, let's see. And I don't want to return max inside the for loop. Okay, let's copy this one here. I'm putting this in the top, so it should not disturb with my code. Okay, so here we are creating this object, and each time I'm also trying to find whether that object value is greater than maximum or not. If it is greater than maximum, then I update the maximum and maximum character also. And in the end, I will check the object also, and I will see which one is the maximum. Max character. Okay, I will just check that also. And I will return max C. Let's see how this works. So object is HELLO. It creates the object. Max is 3 for the letter L, and max character is L. So I'm getting X is L. Let's try to change this one to maybe mango is here. Okay, let's try this one. So M is 1, everything is 1, E is 2. So we return the character E. So because E is 2 times, others is, let's pass 3A, 4B, 3C. Let's try this one. So I'm getting B of 5, so max character is B. So just do this one and let me know if is it clear or you have some problem in understanding any part of the code. So just write it down so that you will have it a copy, and then if you don't understand any part of this, let me know. Only one Anand is done. What about others? Write down fast. How is done? Okay, so few story about this problem. First thing is you have to write down this function 10 times as a homework. You can write down by looking at this problem. No need to do without looking. Do it with by looking this problem. Do it 10 times, and 11th time you do it without looking, so that you get the practice of doing this problem. Is that clear? So tomorrow, okay, I will explain it again in a bit. Let me first tell you the story of this one, and then I'll explain. And those who have understood, they can leave the class. And those who have not understood, I will explain one more time. But before that, I want to tell you the story of this one. So generally, this is the problem which I practice for my interview. But when I went for one interview, they asked me to find the maximum. Instead of the character, they want the word. They say there was a boy in the market. The boy was good looking, something like that. So the problem which I got in interview is they gave me the string and I want to find the word which is maximum used in the string. So for example, boy is used 2 times, which is maximum in the string. So they wanted me to answer return the boy. So here we are doing the character. In the interview when I went, it was only the difference was that I have to use the word rather than the character. So it was similar problem to this one, and since it was similar to this one, so I did it in few minutes and with the perfection whatever they were expecting. Okay, so something maybe in practice you may do something, but in interview you may get similar problem, little different. So you can use the same logic. Only thing you need to now capture the word and do same thing whatever I'm doing for the character. So we will do also this problem tomorrow. But I'm just saying that since I did this problem in interview, I got a similar problem and I was able to solve it in very quick time with the perfection which I showed it here. Okay, let's do this problem. Those who wants to leave, they can leave because I will repeat this how this problem there. But if you want to understand how this is working, I will explain it one more time. I'm stopping the recording. So I go each character by character and I update the object with the character which number we get. So 3, I go to the B 4th time, I update the B to 4th. Then I go to 5th time, I update the B to 5th time. Then I go to C, and C is not in this object. So I create the C with value of 1. Then when I go to second time, I update the C with the 2. And then I update the C with the 3. And each time when I update the object, I also check whether object of A is maximum or not. If A of object of A is maximum, if A of 3 is, object of A is greater than maximum, then I update the maximum with new value of this one, that is 3. And I also update the maximum character to this A. Then second time again I will check when I'm in the B whether the B value is greater than the maximum. Since previous maximum was 3 and the current maximum is 5, so this 5 is greater than 3. So I change the maximum value to 5 and maximum character to B. And then I go to third time, I check if 3 is greater than 5. No, 3 is not greater than 5, so I don't do anything to here. So this is how I process it. Let's try to see how it is done in the coding. Here I create some variables which will be used for me in tracking this problem. And in each case, I will go through each character one by one. And in each case, I will check with whether this object of A exists or not. If it does not exist, I am going into the else part and I update the object of I to 1. So the object of A will be 1. Then second time it will come, it will check object of A is already there. So it will add one more to the previous value. So previously it was 1, then it will change it to 2. Then third time when this loop will run, it will see object of A is already there. So it will update it to 3. Then next time it will go for the B, and since B is not there in the object, so it will go to else part and B will become 1. Then second time it will run, it will see object of B exists, yes. So it will update it to 2. Third time also it will update to 3 till it goes to 5 because we have 5B. Then it will go to C. It will check object of C is there, no. So it will go to else part and we will be having C of 1. And second time it will see, oh, object of C is there, so it will only update the value. Then it will update the value to 3. And we are done with this object. So this object is created, this part is created like this. And each time it will check whether object of A is greater than maximum. In the first time it will say, oh, maximum is 0 and object of I will be 1 in the first time. So maximum will be updated with the 1 and the character will be A. When all character of A are done, for B, when B will get the 5 value, it will check 5 greater than 3. Yes, so max will be the 5 and the max character will be the B. And third time when go to C, 3 is not greater than the max, which is 5 previously. Therefore, C will be not go inside this if condition. And finally we will return the B part and we have the B. If I run this, the answer is coming as B. Is that clear? Okay. So even if it is not clear, you go through the video. I will upload the video now after I am done with this class, and then you can watch it again and again. Write down this 10 times by looking at it and 1 time without looking, so that you should remember this whole code. And then we will talk tomorrow again. If you don't understand again tomorrow, I will repeat this again in another way.